Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. You're at the spot, the place, where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. We are back at the spot, the place where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Today, we are visiting with Lorraine Paquette. We're going to talk about some interesting things. This woman has had an amazing life and is having an amazing life. You know, she was in the military. I'm going to talk to her about that too. Women in the military, what is that like? But she gained her strength and her resilience to help people deal with trauma because she's seen it. Motherhood, reinventing herself, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to talk to her about that and a whole lot more. Let's welcome her to the show. How are you, Lorraine?
Hey, April, thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
great
excited
today.
to have you. This is good. This is good. This is good because you're pivoting and I'm excited for
Always.
you. I'm excited for you. You know, there's people that are stuck and they're afraid to move beyond their comfort zone.
Yes, many.
And I get that, but it's like the first time you ride a bike.
Hmm.
And then once you get on that sucker, you never forget and you just ride forever. Tell us some of the journeys that you've been on. Tell us a little bit about your story, your journey, your truth, and how you show up in the world.
Oh, so as you said, I was served in the U.S. Army. I've been a single mom. I've been through some trauma, as many of us have, and I've had a lot of restarts in my life. So um, I've learned how to pick myself up, be resilient, and persevere through some of life's challenges to be here today. Everything that if we're here today, we've overcome everything that's brought us to this point. So, um,
Well,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so now you picked yourself up by the bootstraps, literally,
Literally, yes.
and bounced back. Um, how was that being a woman in a pretty much male-dominated industry, and then being in the military and being separated from your children? There's a tug of war there.
So I was in the service before I had my son.
Oh, okay, okay,
So I those were two separate parts of my life. I was actually out of the service by the time I became a mom.
okay. So
Yeah.
let's talk to the young mother that's there now. How would you coach her through this? Because most coaches teach a mindset mastery,
Mhm.
but on the flip side of that, the military teaches you a mindset discipline.
Correct.
How
Yes.
do you merge the two?
Well, I think you need both. You need structure, you need discipline and routine to be an effective parent. When you're raising children and juggling work, whether it's military or corporate life, the routines help you stay fluid and consistent so that you can focus on the really important things. Bonding with your children and being focused at work, those types of things.
Well, so my husband cracks me up. He says there's no such thing as multitasking. I said, well, you were in the military. He goes, yes. He says, but I was disciplined. I was focused on one thing at a time. And I said, well, see, that's why you weren't born a female. Because we have to juggle so many balls and still have our own sense of self-worth.
Right.
It's hard. So
It
what
is.
you've done, if you've created the HeartLight Way.
Hmm.
Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that.
So my mission is to help women, midlife women, overcome self-doubt so that they can step into their next chapter with confidence and clarity, um, and just choose themselves in this next season. I think that we as women, as going back to your multitasking point, is we live in so many roles. We wear so many hats,
Absolutely.
moms, spouses, employee, caregiver, volunteer. We're in all these roles. And as life evolves, as we are all evolving and growing, um, some of those roles disappear.
Right.
My son went off to college, and then all of a sudden, okay, it's empty nest. There's always these different seasons we go through, and um, when that occurs, all of a sudden our identity is so tied to those roles that we don't know who we are anymore.
Hmm. We lose ourselves in the flow. But you know what I suggest to women is that you always reserve a little bit for yourself. Now I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, okay? And it really ain't a secret. I've been married 41 years to Mr.
Amen.
Magnificent. But I tell him, I save about that much for me. You know, you have to pull on your own resources because if I am completely drained, I am of no use to you or anybody else.
Right. You got to fill your cup.
And you say self-confidence. They, what is it to be a confident woman? Define that for me.
We have to be able to be who you are authentically, true to yourself, while still being compassionate to everyone around you. But it's to your point. It's that peace that you keep for yourself, your self-care, your boundaries. Boundaries are not a selfish thing. Self-care is not a selfish thing.
That's right.
That,
That's right. And
right?
delegating. No, I'm sorry to
Oh,
cut you off.
oh
And
no, no,
delegating
quite all
because
right.
they don't delegate. You know,
Right.
you want to do everything, and you can't do everything, and
Trying
it's
to be
not good.
everything to everyone. Correct.
That brings me to a key point is the identity loss.
Right.
Okay, who am I? I'm this mechanical animal. I'm this
Mhm.
machine. I'm this mother. I'm this soldier. I'm this. Who is really Lorraine? Have you figured that out?
I'm still finding myself, and I think part of this journey of helping other women is helping me to discover
Mhm.
more things about myself that I don't have resolved yet. But it gives me the confidence to continue to pursue me
Right.
because I'm seeing other women bloom in this process. So that's
Well,
always the win. We're doing it together.
you look like a rose over there to me. Absolutely.
I'm a tulip girl.
Yeah. Oh, a tulip. I like tulips too. I like tulips too. But the thing is that again, it is an evolution. We're ever changing. We're ever evolving, and to embrace that. That's like when
Exactly.
you went from being a preteen, then you went into your adolescence and you saw your body change and you saw the way that you talked, the way that you walked, the clothes that you wore. You became yourself. Then you moved into more mature young woman where you started to evolve and look at a career and look at a job and become independent. And as you get older, I'm 63 years old. And let me tell you, Brains, I'm loving it. I'm in my season. I am unapologetic. I am authentic. There's a lot of things, excuse my French, that I don't even give a shit about no more. I,
Yeah.
I, I don't e- I don't give it any energy. I don't because I
Hmm.
have been able to move from emotional survival to emotional leadership. How do you help your people that work with you? How do you help them make that transition?
Oh, one small change at a time, whether it is one boundary, one commitment. Initially, it's just making a commitment to themselves, whether it is a new habit change, a new, like I said, a new boundary, just making a commitment to themselves that they keep consistently so that they can have a win. Um, as we do this, as we take all these little steps and we actually implement them and do them consistently, it builds courage, it builds confidence so that they can take on bigger steps and bigger challenges and face those inner critics that hold us back. So we work on everything one step at a time.
It's an emotional roller coaster,
Absolutely. And
but
those
you
are the
got,
things that typically our inner critics use to hold us back.
yeah, they do.
Hold us-
And then the outside noise, you talk about the inner critic,
Oh, yes.
you got the outside noise that people are listening to, but it's hard
Hmm.
because you're in this echo chamber and that's all that you hear. So how do you help your clients feel safe um, and secure How do they build that safety net within themselves?
Well, again, everything is baby steps. It's you have to learn to trust yourself again. I think we see a lot of red flags in life, and we those of us that struggle with self-confidence or insecurity or have past hurts and traumas that um, build these protective walls around us that are actually holding us captive. Um, we have to take each of those little steps to learn to trust ourselves, to know that our instincts are right. Um, we work on breathing and grounding exercises.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a whole
Is
host
that
of
is that
things.
your nervous system grounding?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
because our bodies are designed to, our nervous system is designed to react negatively. It reacts, it goes to risk. When it identifies risk, it goes to protect. And protection isn't always um, necessary. We have to learn to be able to identify that something is triggered so that we can, in turn, recognize and pivot. If it's not a true emergency, if it's not truly a risk, and we recognize what that is that's holding us back, we can, there's learned skills to move from our critic to our inner power, learning that inner wisdoms and recognize those things so that we can move to a positive, controlled, self-controlled um,
Was that a discipline that you
state.
learned and mastered in the military? Because, you can have all the training in the world, and women do have an intuition like no other. We can smell danger,
But
you
we
know.
don't always follow it. There are so many red flags that we kind of go,
Yeah.
nope, it's okay. And we just, I've learned a lot of things the hard way, April. I really,
Yeah. It's that fight or flight,
correct, correct.
and but against establishing boundaries. We
Right.
have to go inside. And I'm like that. I'm like, I don't feel real safe. Like, I did something that I questioned myself about. I
Hmm.
gave a stranger a ride in my car yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I know. That's what I said. But I'm a scrapper. I would have, if they had did anything funny to me, they would have had a surprise. But you know what? And I said, and I second guessed myself. And I said, should I give this person a ride? And then I said, no. The spirit said, yeah, go ahead. It's going to be all right. And I did it. And I felt good because I was a risk taker. That's what it takes. It
Mm,
takes you to a point that you're right at the edge of the cliff. And you
yes.
say, do I step a little closer? Do I step back? What do
Hmm.
I do? How do you encourage someone to feel comfortable in taking a risk?
Again, it's identifying, is it a risk that maybe a younger you in a different environment would need to heed that warning? Or is it just that auto that that automatic response that you don't need to heed now, that you have the wisdom and the skill and the ability to step forward? We would never move forward if we didn't take any risk.
Right.
Right? We have to take all of that prior wisdom and experience and evaluate what we have, what tools we have to be able to move forward. So stepping into that risk. How many times I talk about this a lot too is how often do we get through the other side finally and go, "Oh, I wish I did that last week, a month ago, 10 years ago." How often do we just wait, we suffer in silence versus taking that step? So there's just skills to learn to be able to trust ourselves and know that we can indeed step through that barrier.
But it's
And
all about divine timing.
oh, amen, yes,
You
yes,
know,
it's all God's
when
plan.
I always tell people, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Amen. Yes.
every single time. Tell us a little bit about your faith walk because you've had to count on your faith more times than you probably would have thought during the course of your life with the
True.
transitions, with the obstacles, but also with the joy that you received on the other side. Tell us a little bit about your faith walk.
I start my day with the Lord every day.
That's
He's been with me my whole life, but I'll tell you, there have been some periods where I didn't recognize that and I kept trying to do it my way. Well, I'll tell you, God is a gentleman. He will let you do it your way until you are ready to do it his way.
yep. When you say he'll tell you in a minute, is my way or the highway? And so
But
you
he's
got
always right.
he's always right, but people challenge him. I've done
Oh, of
that.
course.
I've questioned, I've second guessed God.
Yeah. Free will. That free will gets us
It
into a lot of
is. And
trouble.
and then what happens? It works out good for a minute, and then all of a sudden, you're driving down life's highway and you hit a brick wall. You're like, whoa, what happened? And, and again, if I had to listen to God, I would have made that right or I would have made that
Mhm.
left and went all the way around it. But people create these vision boards. They create this, they think that that is magic. Yes, it is a projection, it's an idea, but you have to do the work. You have to get in there
Absolutely.
and be on the grind consistently. It has to be a lifestyle. You can't say, oh, I wish for this, and like a genie, it's going to appear. You got to
Right.
continuously do that because once you get in that particular place, like now you're coaching,
Mhm.
you're transitioning from what you did before into coaching. But again, you're going to have to stay sharp on your skills because it's going to be different. People are going to be, you can have five different people with five different emotional triggers, with five different expectations.
Exactly.
You're going to be able to do that and incorporate already what you know and what you feel. So that's going to make you stronger and better. But it also is going to wear and tear on you. What do you do for self care? What do you do just to decompress, relax, and let it all go?
For me, well, in the summertime, I love to garden. I love to be outside in the soil, and that whole I love the whole nature process. Is you prepare, you plant, you nurture, and then you harvest. I love being around the plants. There's so much energy there. It's winter here in New Hampshire, so right now, I do get out to walk when I can. I find walking is just very therapeutic, being outside.
Yeah,
Love
I
to pick
know.
up a book.
I'll stay here and I have to, the hardest part is putting on my tennis shoes.
Always, that's the first step, though. If that's the only step you do, that's progress.
And I'm saying to myself, when you get outside and I see my little plants and they look at me and I look at them and I say, good morning, you guys. Literally, it seems like their leaves just start to bloom. They feel the energy.
Absolutely.
They're living, they're breathing. What are some of the common blind spots that you find that women or signals that they miss?
Well, and I know I've even for myself is we think we minimize our story. We don't
Mm-hmm.
realize how powerful our stories truly are.
Mm-hmm.
When we open up about something that we're going through to another person, we can change their entire perspective and
Mm.
it lifts us. So we minimize that. We just don't recognize that. We also put too much value on what other people's opinions or perceptions are. You were talking about all that stuff out there. Very true. We spend way too much time worrying about what everybody else thinks, and we're trying to be the people pleaser to accommodate everyone. And so the inner part, that's why the inner work is so important, is we have to figure out who we are truly. And once we do that, then we attract the people that are supposed to be in our sphere,
Mm.
the missions that we're supposed to pursue. God will align all those things once we're truly in our authentic self.
Well, the big buzzwords now is uh you see me. People want to be seen, they want to be heard. Well, my question to that is what are they seeing and what are they hearing?
Is it the real person, or is
No,
it some?
they're sending their representative, Lorraine. Absolutely. You're putting on your finest clothes. You got your makeup on. You got your hair done. You got your nails done. You're smelling good. And then, the first thing you do when you walk in the house is pull that bra off. Okay.
Yep.
You have to release that. And you have to be careful because you have to manage that as well. Is it
Right.
overkill? Is it too much?
Right.
Is it not enough? So I say when you go into a situation, even a networking meeting, go in there and just kind of observe.
Hmm.
You don't have to, have everybody's business card because everybody's not going to be your person.
Right.
You're not going to be able to really get what you want if you are overly aggressive,
Hmm.
really pushy, or even asking for the business. Let's talk about that for a second.
Sure.
I find that a lot of people, men and women, I'm finding more men now, and I was really kind of surprised because, men just kind of go for it. But they don't ask for the business. Because you are smart, because you have a degree, because you've done XYZ does not mean that somebody's going to want to work with you and
Hmm.
pay you for that and close on the deal. What do you say to a person that's a person that's trying to gain confidence in their new business role and asking for the business?
Service is selling, right? Um, what the reason we're here, the reason that whatever we were gifted with, whatever we're trying to share with the people who need what we have, um, we have to make the sell call basically. Um,
You have
it's
to
it's
make the ask,
difficult.
yeah,
It
but it's not sleazy. And what people
no.
get, I'm sorry to interject, but what people don't get is, okay, I can say that because I've had my own business since I was 5 years old. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's about psychology. If you want it, right. But am I selling to value? Is this something that you value? Am I solving a problem?
Right.
Is am I listening to you? Again, are you being seen or are you being heard? What is the reciprocity? Am I going to build a relationship from this? And do people value me? That's the key right there. If you are in business and I come to you with Lorraine and Lorraine says, my program is $1,500. $1,500? Well, you know what? You would go to Vegas and spend $1,500. But would you take that same $1,500 and make a lifetime, a life-changing investment in yourself? Lorraine's done it. She's went out and gotten, bruised up knees and scars because she served in the military. She's come back. She's got the bruises and the scars from being a mom and dealing with all of that. Now she's pivoting into something else. But what she's doing is she's taking all that and she's pouring it into you. And that's what I say when I, see people. If you can't afford it, I get it. That's fine. No is the only word spelled on backwards. On to the next one. Let's circle back around at another time. But
Hmm.
don't make someone feel bad. And then the person that's working, you say no to Lorraine, and then her feelings are hurt, and then her self confidence goes down. But don't do that. Let it sharpen your knife. Figure out how I can ask better questions, how I can serve better, how I can provide better value, how I can color in the white spaces. And I wanted to put that in there because, again, she's pivoting into a new career. And I see so many men and women that want to be coaches, but you can't be a coach, baby, if you never get up off the bench.
True. Very true.
And you got to get into the game
Hmm.
and you got to take your hits. But that makes you stronger and that builds your confidence. So I encourage, individuals to do that without sacrificing their ambition, correct?
Correct. 100%. Yep.
And it's tough. It's tough. So emotionally regulating yourself is not sexy. It's not. Well, and I say that, and I've learned to do it, and I'm good at it now. I'm good at it now. It's like I'll get annoyed, and instead of using the word mad or angry, I like the word annoyed. It leaves me some space there. So number one, you start with your vernacular. Yeah, you start with the words that you say, the neuro-linguistic programming. How do you talk to yourself? Can you calm yourself down? Can you self-soothe? Can you really realize, is it worth putting all this energy into? Is it worth figuring out a strategic plan? Or do I just say the heck with it and let it go? Would you agree?
Yes. Yes. It's so important to be able to manage we live in a reactionary world. This is something that I struggle with and I see it every day is we live in this reactionary world. And if we can't learn to pause, calm our systems, our nervous system before we react, um, things things get blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
And there's a big ripple effect of negativity that comes out of that.
And also flipping the script. If
Yes.
somebody expects for you to do something, do the complete polar opposite and watch the reaction that you get. I did that with my daughter, bless her heart. She just knew I was gonna come up out the ground. She just knew I was gonna act ugly because I was mad.
Uh-oh.
And I did. I didn't because I said, okay, let me try something different. And let me tell you, it worked like magic. She says, but mom, you didn't. I said, right, because you had an expectation of me.
Right.
And that's your first mistake, brains, is expectations of other people. You don't know what somebody else is going to do. It's like when I
Certainly.
see kids at the dog park, I get nervous because they're quick to run to the dog, and the owner will say, "Oh, but he's friendly," and then the dog growls.
Mm-hmm.
The dog has a mind of his own. You don't know what somebody or something else is going to do, so you have to manage your expectations, and that helps you manage your emotions, because emotions is energy in motion. And if you're able to regulate that and step back and say, "Oh, you know what? Do I really need to pour all this into this?
Mm-hmm.
Or is something else bothering me and I'm letting this overflow into that?" Count backwards 10 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself that little bit of space. I'm telling you, it is an absolute game changer.
A game changer,
It's a
certainly.
game changer. You have the ability to help women shine without performing. What does that look like?
Once women become in tune with themselves, they can they shine just by having that clarity and that confidence to be who they are. The expectation, to your point, the expectation goes away. And when there's no expectation and they can just freely be who they are in every moment, they just will glow and shine.
Yeah.
So it's that.
And you won't have to send your representative or spend $100 on moisturizer. Because you will be in your season and you will be shining in your glory. And when you do that, you're magnetic. You are
Yes.
magnetic. You don't even realize it sometimes. And people will come up to you and compliment you and say, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?" Or, "I love that outfit that you have on." I was out one day and I got 6 compliments. And I was
It's
like,
the
wow, can I?
energy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, could I get my head back through the door? I had to tether myself down and I'm like, wow, this is a good day because I'm exuding something that people are gravitating to. And
Mhm.
so, I ask for that. I always tell my guests and my brains, ask for the highest and greatest good. What else is possible? And how can it get any better than this?
Amen.
That's an
Beautiful.
expectation that you need to have. You really do. What is the first micro step? What is the first step that a woman should take when she's trying to get herself together?
Well, I think again, she needs to choose one thing. It doesn't matter what the thing um, is make one commitment to herself that she will keep the smallest of things, whether it's a morning routine, going to bed on time, um,
Right.
committing to a
Beautiful.
10-minute walk every day. Just that little piece of time that is just for her. And again, it doesn't matter what it is. It matters that she does it consistently So it becomes that automatic, natural part of who she is.
Hmm.
And then she can build off of that.
Right. It's the discipline.
The
You know,
discipline,
it's the discipline
absolutely. The consistency.
and the consistency. It's like
Yes.
baking a cake, brains. If you don't put the baking soda in it, it's not gonna rise.
Not going to rise.
Okay. You gotta be consistent,
Yes.
and that's exactly what we have to do. Let's ask you some fun questions. This is my
Oh, goodness.
favorite. This is my favorite part of the interview. If you could make one change in the world, what would that be? Just one. Small, big, doesn't matter.
Oh, world peace, right? Isn't that what I'm supposed to say? That's the beauty pageant answer. No, so yes, that's all wonderful, but I truly think that people need to know that they matter, that every person just would know that just intuitively know that they matter, that they're here for a reason, that they have a gift that only they can contribute to the world.
If you could time travel, go back to the past, project to the future, stay here in the present, where are you going?
I would go see my grandpa who passed a number of years back. That was just my person. I would just love to have one more time with him.
One more time with him. That's good.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. What is your superpower, Lorraine?
I'm an encourager.
Mm.
I I believe in people, and I that's my superpower. I am constantly just looking for the positive in people and helping to lift people. And my whole life, I've just felt like that was so important that if they weren't hearing it from someone else, it was my mission to be there to help others,
Wow.
be encouraged.
If you were a tool in the toolbox, what tool would you be?
Oh goodness. The multi-tool, right? The ultimate multitasker.
What that would be a Swiss Army knife?
Yes, the Swiss Army. Yeah, that's got the screwdriver and the every doodad on it. So
uh,
works for me.
I'd be a roll of duct tape.
Okay. See, I was thinking the hammer because I have gone through that control phase, so I know that that's my worst saboteur is being a controller, but
But that's also nailing it down.
nailing it down. Oh, I like that.
That you're steadfast, that
Yes,
you don't want it to move, that you want it to be strong and sturdy. So you can be a hammer, absolutely.
got
If
it.
you were an appliance in the kitchen, what appliance would you be?
In the kitchen. Oh, hmm. Oh, that's a tough one. Um, the sink. I'm always doing dishes.
Be the sink? Okay.
The kitchen sink.
Yeah,
Everything but the kitchen sink, right?
right.
Add the kitchen sink.
Well, I'm going to join you. I'm going to be the garbage disposal.
There you go.
I'll be the garbage disposal because I want you to deposit the things that no longer serve you.
Oh, I love that.
I want you to get rid of the waste and wash it down the drain. So
I
I'm right
love
there
that.
with you in the sink. Absolutely. And in closing, what do you want your legacy to be, Lorraine? How do you want us to remember you?
I want um, my goal with the HeartLight Way is for women to walk away knowing that they are powerful and precious, that they are capable beyond their dreams, but to but that they can achieve their dreams. That again, the value. We are all valuable. We are so precious. We are all miraculously made, and we're here for a reason. We're better together.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And so we have to find uniformity, alignment. We have to get back to love. And
Amen.
I tell people all the time, love is by design. You know,
It is.
I've been married 41 years, and I asked him the other day, I said, what's your love language? He said, I went from speaking English to Spanish. I got a new one. Talk to me. That's what I'm saying. Talk to me. Don't just talk at me, but talk with me. Have a conversation. Have a conversation with yourself. Have a conversation with Lorraine. Go in, have a consultation with her. You don't know what you don't know,
Exactly.
especially women. And I encourage this. I encourage women that have been in the military, because now it's you know, they don't want you in combat. They don't even want you in the military. They want you back shuffling mail. Um, and it's just it's tough. It's tough in the world right now, and there's a lot of mothers out there that are single parents that are struggling, that need to rebuild their confidence so that they know that, you know what, you can still have that career. You can still become a millionaire. You can still make time for yourself, work-life balance. And so you need a coach. And I truly believe that Lorraine is that woman. We are going to get all of her information here in a second. We're going to put it in the back of the interview. I want you to call. I want you to love. I want you to like. I want you to share. I want you to get this out all over the world. This is not just here in the United States. If you are a woman, you know what we go through every day. So honor that. Lorraine, tell my brains how to get in contact with you.
Oh, thank you for asking. I love connecting with anyone that this message has resonated with, and you can find me on Facebook. I have a private community called Women Ignite Your Purpose. You can find me there, and I share all my content there. You can also connect with me personally on Facebook. I respond to every message myself because I truly value meaningful connections. And also, I have a free gift if someone's interested in, if they're searching for direction at this time. I have a beautiful gift to support your next step. It's called my 7-day clarity reset, and you can request it for free at 7dayclarityreset@gmail.com. We can put that in your credits as well. And I'd be honored to support you on your journey.
I tell people all the time, I have found out so many things about myself, good, bad, and indifferent,
Absolutely.
by following what my guests, you know, looking at their books, taking their surveys. These are questions, again, like, what tool would you be in a toolbox? I bet you've never been asked that before, you know?
No, I'm not.
So again, it's about discovery, but it's asking the right questions and being open to the answer. Whether you follow through or not, that's totally up to you. But you can never say that you never asked the question and you were never provided an answer. And so that's what we want to do here on The Edge. We want to provide you with options, choices, questions, and answers. Go in and love, like, share, and subscribe. Love, like, share, and subscribe. Raise those numbers. I'm all over the planet. I want to be 1 million subscribers like everybody else, but you know what? I'm looking for quality. I'm not looking for quantity. I'm looking for the people that are going to be impactors, movers, and shakers. Is that you, Brace? Oh, I forgot. Put on a smile. Because if you don't, you're not fully dressed. Bye, guys.